Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief plan is in the works, hoping to bring relief to many. Oh no. Oh no, Alice.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
It's
No.
me, the filibuster.
She's a comedian and actress, and she has a new show called Resident Alien, which premiered this week on Sci-Fi. Please welcome back returning champion, Alice Wetterlund. Good to see you.
Hi, John. Thanks so much for having me. I'm happy to be here. How are you?
You know, normally you do something to not just be normal at the top, you know? Sort of.
What are you talking about? All right. Well, I had to do something. It had to be audio, though, because you never know. Sorry to disappoint you, John.
Let's get into it. What a week. On Tuesday, President Biden announced the purchase of 200 million additional coronavirus vaccine doses. If you thought it was bad that the U.S. had only administered 21 million of the 400 million doses it's ordered, this is great news. Now it's 21 million out of 600 million. That's exciting.
You know, I think a mark of a good joke is like to have to do adding and subtracting in the. If your audience is like has to take out a whiteboard like Katie Porter, you know you've got them.
Let me tell you why this joke is funny. It's about percentages. All right.
Bernie should be telling it.
You see, the denominator is getting bigger, but the numerator remains unchanged. The numerator.
Now the percentage has gone up by 2%. Great.
There is a clip of Bernie on the Today Show in like 1980 something, like early 80s. It's like Jane Pauley throws to Phil Donahue, and it's great because it's practically like an alien has landed because Donahue's like, get this, he's a socialist, and I went up to this beautiful country of Vermont, beautiful country up there, beautiful land. But then when they went to Bernie. The reason I bring this up, forgot halfway through why I brought it up. Now I'm remembering.
Yeah, you did.
Now remembering. It's like I do think that he has come with age to more and more embody the Brooklyn Jewishness of his voice. It's almost like as your body ages, those like what it made me realize is like maybe my great grandmother didn't have as thick of an accent when she was younger, that it's like something about growing older as a Jewish person, you slowly get more like this, and this happens to your body.
It like calcifies in your bones.
Because it's not a Hilaria Baldwin situation. The accent was there, but but it's just deeper. It's thicker now. It's interesting.
The percentage is how you say. How you say
cucumber? How do you say cucumber? Cucumber.
What's this? It's a cucumber. You don't say.
Cases have fallen 35% over the past 3 weeks, the most sharp and sustained decline throughout the entire outbreak. It feels good that we can finally stop faking the numbers to beat Trump. Truly was exhausting when we all know this thing is just the common flu. We almost got caught when we went to Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta, the jig was up.
Speaking of Hilaria Baldwin, your pronunciation of Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta. Puerto
Puerto
Vallarta.
Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta.
It's delicious.
You know what Trump said people should inject? Robin bleach.
That's an ad lib, and I love it.
That's a journey. Hey, take a yacht ride to the end of that joke.
You'll have the time of your life.
This week, stock for the company GameStop soared over 200% after Reddit users decided to pump money into the company to punish hedge funds that bet money that the company would fail. Lots of folks made a lot of money, but when they tried to sell the stock back to GameStop, they were only offered $15 of store credit. What a shame.
Oh.
What a shame.
What a shame. That's a Reddit insider joke. You know, who would have thought? I always said there's never been anything wrong with Reddit. It's always been great. And here we see.
There was a time when when people in an online community would all come together to send SWAT teams to the houses of women who said video games are misogynist at times, you know? Right. I think a bunch of people coming together to fuck over a hedge fund, all in all, I got no problem with it.
Yeah, you know what? They were just working out some kinks.
Then on Thursday morning, the stock trading app Robinhood announced that it would limit trading on GameStop and AMC shares, and everyone from Ted Cruz to AOC hated it. As far as bets on where unity was going to come from, I don't think anybody thought it would be edgelord finance subreddit. That's what would bring them together. Now, AOC tweeted that what was happening with Robinhood was unacceptable. Then Ted Cruz tweeted, fully agree. And then AOC tweeted back, and this is real, I am happy to work with Republicans on this issue where there is common ground, but you almost had me murdered 3 weeks ago, so you can sit this one out. Happy to work with almost anyone GOP that aren't trying to get me killed. In the meantime, if you want to help, you can resign. So that's a no, Ted, from AOC.
Yes, exactly.
So, Alice, it feels to me as though Ted Cruz has not seen any prestige TV, because you can't foment an insurrection that threatens the lives of other cast members and then immediately try to create an unlikely pairing. You have to let that simmer for at least a season or two, show some growth as a character, and then create a situation in which AOC has no choice but to work with Ted Cruz. And then, for a few minutes halfway through the episode, AOC wonders if Ted Cruz has changed. All right? And then at some point it becomes clear that he has not changed. He is still the same repellent schmuck he always was. And that's the end of the bottle episode. You know,
and that's the end of it.
That's it. You know, that's
just,
what? Have we not
we've
seen?
Seen it. We've seen it 1,000 times. We could write it ourselves. You did. Also, if you want to form an unlikely pairing, in politics, just follow the example set forth by Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg. They're doing it.
They're doing
before
it.
our eyes. It's perfect. It's
about,
already a show.
How about Joe Manchin, Chasten Buttigieg? What are those two going to talk about?
This clown crew.
What are they going to talk about, huh? I'd like to see that Pine Barrens, you know? Two of them stuck in the New Jersey woods.
Doug, Jill, Chasten, Cabin in the Woods go.
Jim Jordan. Add Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan. Ugh. Stay up all night. What do they have to be awake for? You know what I mean? Egg hunt? Who cares?
In California, Gavin Newsom canceled a stay-at-home order for the state, despite the fact that many ICUs are still at capacity, facing criticism about mixed messages and capricious decision-making, Kim said to Jon Jr., who listened for a while and then was like, can we just stop talking about him for 5 minutes? Because it doesn't sound like you're over him. I know you say you don't like him, but you're constantly bringing him up. And I should note, Alice, that while I quoted Jon Jr. and Kim at normal volume, you should know that in reality, they were shouting at each other at the top of their lungs while I Want to Know What Love Is and Newsmax both played at the exact same time at full volume. Just screaming. That's
a joke. It's like, I know you're not over him. Just like across a kitchen with a too big island.
While Don Jr. Is sitting for a portrait and looking at different graphic designs for his various political opportunities, just licking his gums, you know?
Ooh, yeah. That's a painting.
Meanwhile, Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief plan is in the works, hoping to bring relief to many... Oh no. Oh no, Alice.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
It's me, the filibuster.
Oh no, it's the...
That's never going to happen, love it.
Oh no, Alice, I'm so sorry, but the filibuster...
I imagined anything could be.
This is the filibuster, and I'm so sorry, but it seems that based on recent news, the filibuster
Okay, that's enough. It is I, the filibuster. You see, Kristen Cinema said that I could stop you right here. You see, she summoned me by tapping her knee-high boots 3 times.
Hey, filibuster, look, I get that due to the fact that several Democrats continue to see some reason for you to exist, you get to exist, but I don't understand why you're really interrupting Alice and I in the middle.
You understand here. I have been around since the 1800s, and I wasn't created by the founding fathers to protect the rights of the minority party.
Well, okay.
No, that was a joke.
You were.
I was created by mistake, like penicillin.
What?
Yeah,
like penicillin. Oh my God.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Now we're,
Fun fact.
now we're learning something.
Exactly.
Did not expect
Philip.
See? Yes,
Filibuster.
Call me Phil,
Phil.
please.
Phil.
Mr. Buster, if I may.
Why do you get off on interrupting? Why do you want to stop things from moving forward all the time?
Do you understand? I'm a way of life. I'm a way of life. The filibustering is not just in the Senate, it's everywhere. Oh. It's everywhere. When your dad wants to talk about the neighbor's lawn instead of his emotions, that's filibustering.
That's filibustering? That's what that's
That's right. I exist because the world is a terrible place. I mean, racists used me to stop civil rights. That's evil. Hey, did you know that the Senate leaders have been trying to get rid of me since the 1840s? But their attempts keep getting filibustered. Imagine filibustering a filibuster.
You know what's funny? I didn't know what it was going to be like to meet you, Mr. Filibuster. I'm amazed by the conflicting pathos, the self-hate that you've brought to this. That's the unexpected twist of this character to me, of understanding what you're really like.
Oh, there's good inside everyone. I just haven't received love. The filibuster just needs love.
The filibuster just needs love.
Mr. Buster,
yes.
What do you say to the allegations that you're like this because you didn't get the audition to be the Mucinex guy?
We're not here to talk about that, okay? Okay, no, I am not, okay, you're filibustering me. I take reclaiming my time. Listen, look, filibustering makes me feel good, and that's the bottom line.
That's why you like to do it?
I love to do it. No one can kill me, baby. Not Schumer, not Pelosi, not salt and baking soda and some elbow grease.
Yeah.
You can't kill me. Oh,
well,
hark, what's that? Someone's trying to improve our broken healthcare system. I have to go filibust away.
And there goes the filibuster. Alice, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You gotta secure these Zooms.
That was horrible. I don't know how it got in here.
That's a problem.
Dominion Voting Systems is suing Rudy Giuliani for $1.3 billion for his role in spreading baseless conspiracy theories that the company helped Joe Biden steal the election. According to Dominion's lawsuit, Rudy Giuliani not only knowingly peddled falsehoods about the election, he also cashed in on those lies by hawking gold coins, supplements, and cigars on his podcast. Here's what I don't understand, okay? How did Rudy Giuliani not do a better job of cashing in on being America's mayor so he wouldn't have to do this shit? Like, speaking gigs, board seats, what happened? I thought we lived in an oligarchy. I thought that everybody cashed in on their service. The guy was on the cover of Time magazine. He got to be America's mayor. He was like, he was on SNL. They made a movie about his life. How did he not keep any of these movies? It doesn't go to fancy salons. We know that because his head leaks. It didn't go to high-end prostitutes because he tried to take off his pants for Borat. So, he's had a couple divorces, but he's only Donna Hanover. He divorced Donna Hanover while he was the mayor. I remember that because he announced it at a press conference, but didn't tell her beforehand. So she had to call a press conference and say, I just heard, I'm very sad. So that's just a bit of New York history for anybody who is about my age and remembers that as a kid, because it was wild. And Donna Hanover looked genuinely shocked and sad in a deeply authentic way, in a way that I couldn't handle when I saw it. The point is, how much money did Judith Mason get? Like, what happened to the money, Rudy? Why are you running around? Like, Rudy Giuliani is not, he is debasing himself in a way that, like, it's not just like somebody who wants more. It's somebody who's afraid of having nothing. It's like, he's not running like he's trying to go somewhere. He's hustling like he's being chased. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could have gone down so differently. And you're right. Power corrupts, right?
Indeed.
So that's probably
Famously
part of
so.
it. Like, look at Sauron.
Yeah, classic example of power.
I mean, everybody brings that up.
Yeah. Perfect example.
It's crazy. It's like he really overshot by so much. And it's like everybody expects old rich people to get more conservative as they get older, but not crazy. Not hawking gold coins level. Like,
just don't have all the information.
Mario villain. Maybe it's like power corrupts exponentially when combined with incest.
Less pithy.
True.
Less pithy, but sometimes truth is complicated.
Yeah, it's true. The truth is complicated. Yeah.
On Sunday, Portland Mayor Tom Wheeler pepper sprayed a maskless man who accosted him on the street with a video camera.
You are 1 foot away from me.
You're not 6 feet away.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. All right, Mayor, get on the speaker.
Wow.
It's very chill, is the only thing I would say about that audio. It's shockingly chill. Anyway, after this year, pepper spraying someone will be called a Portland handshake from this point forward.
Oh God, imagine the bespoke cocktails. Somebody in Portland is going to find a way to put pepper spray in a drink if they already haven't.
It must have already happened.
Portland listeners, write in. I love saying that.
Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene reportedly liked Facebook posts that advocated the killing of prominent Democrats in 2018 and 2019, and she supported the view that school shootings are false flags, meaning that they are faked to allow the government to take away guns, and videos have been circulating of her harassing Parkland victims while they lobbied Congress. How did Republicans respond? By putting her on the Education Committee. Wild. Nancy Pelosi, not mincing words, said this.
What could they be thinking, or is thinking too generous a word for what they might be doing?
I don't really have a joke. I just like it when Nancy Pelosi calls Kevin McCarthy stupid.
Oh, she just got locked and loaded, Nancy Pelosi.
She's
just
pissed.
a disdainful grandma. Imagine Nancy Pelosi being your mother-in-law. Oof.
Tough.
You don't want to deal with it. I don't want to see that. But they put Marjorie Taylor Greene on the Education Committee. This is the Republicans. They're like, well, look, she likes kids.
She's often taking
following
interest
these kids
in
around.
Kid news.
She's re-educating these kids about their experience having been shot, which they weren't because it was a deep fake. Makes total sense. Man,
so
that
sick.
woman sucks so much.
It's obviously she sucks, because of her politics, which I strongly disagree with, personally. I just have different views on politics.
Different views.
Different political views. But there's this sort of like cocky smirk that she has, this kind of arrogance of like, you're trying to tell me a laser beam from space didn't cause the campfire?
Oh my God.
You're going to try to convince me of that?
This censored mask? Are you kidding? It's like Marjorie Taylor Greene fell as a gift from the gods to like push it. And I'm not an accelerationist, but like this woman is such a clown. Oh my God.
It's I also think too, it's like, Josh Hawley is supposed to be like sophisticated, but like Josh Hawley writing op-eds about being censored is exactly the same thing as her wearing a mask that says censored while speaking into a microphone. Like it's it's on television. What?
We see you.
We see it. If you can read this mask, it's not true.
They're trying to change the meaning of the word censored.
In better news, for the second week in a row, the Biden administration issued a number of executive orders to reverse Trump-era policies and tackle the various overlapping crises facing the country. There have been so many orders, it's hard to keep track. So we wanted to quiz you, Alice, and see if you could tell us what's a real Biden accomplishment from the last 2 weeks and which is a fake one. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
President Biden signed an executive order rejoining the Paris Agreement on climate change.
Very true.
Correct. President Biden signed an executive order rejoining the Iran nuclear deal.
Deep fake.
Not yet, has that. Not yet. President Biden issued a proclamation ending the ban on U.S. entry from majority Muslim countries.
Oh, that's real Biden stuff right there.
You bet. President Biden signed an executive order requiring mask wearing on federal property.
That's true.
Correct. President Biden released new regulatory guidelines that will raise the legal smoking age to 25.
I call malarkey.
Correct. I call malarkey. Joe Biden made an official proclamation that defines the necessary and sufficient characteristics of Delaware-style pizza.
Did he sneak it in?
No, he didn't.
Tell me he snuck it in.
He didn't sneak it in. Sneak it in. Delaware-style pizza. What is it? I don't know.
Is that
Does
still
it
in there?
exist?
Let's put it through.
President Biden canceled the Keystone XL pipeline.
Very true.
Correct. President Biden signed an executive order that will permit USPS to provide certain banking services such as personal checking accounts.
Did he? Please say yes. He did? Make my day.
He didn't do it.
Oh,
He didn't
make
do
my day, Jon Lovett.
it. I know.
Oh, I really wanted that one.
President
Sneak
Biden
it in,
issued-
Kamala. Sneak it in the pile.
There was a Dr. Seuss book called like The King on Stilts or the Stilts King.
Mm-hmm.
And his job was just signing things all day.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got kind of sad because someone took his stilts and so he didn't sign things. And then the birds shoot at the bark that caused the flood.
I like the idea of like Major sneaking in an executive order, like exec order, more wet food in
No, dry food.
Major, love Major.
Executive order. Love Major. President Biden ordered that America stop funding the construction of the border wall.
Oh, yes.
Correct.
No malarkey there.
President Biden strengthened and reaffirmed the DACA program.
Yes.
President Biden issued a proclamation rejoining the United Nations.
Did we leave the United Nations?
No,
Okay,
but
no.
it's sad that you're not totally sure.
It's really sad.
President Biden pardoned his dog Major for shitting under the Resolute desk.
Come on, give him a pardon. He's like, it's not time yet. They're not. He didn't do that because they're still analyzing the shit to make sure it's actually Major's and not Don Jr. Anyway, next question. This is the press briefing room.
Moving on, we have two more questions. President Biden mandated mask wearing on all interstate public transit, including airlines.
Yes.
President Biden reversed the trans-military ban.
Yes.
President Biden ordered the Attorney General to not renew any federal contracts we have with private prisons.
No.
No, he did. That's real.
He did? Oh, guess who's going to party tonight? Cheese plate style. For some reason.
Oh, wow, charcuterie?
For some reason,
home?
that gets me a charcuterie. Oh, yeah, you got to do it.
I sometimes make a cheese plate, but it's just cut up pieces of like whatever, like sliced pepper jack to be cube size, and then I'll grab any loose mixed nuts, put it on the plate, and then like honey, and I'll be like,
Yeah. And then whoever's in the house with you, you come up to them. Maybe they're just minding their own business. You come up and you go, tonight's pepper jack is coming with a, and then you describe it that way. And make sure the pieces are small.
This cheddar comes from the Tillamook region of Spain.
Tillamook region. It's a mountainous region of Spain, Wisconsin, probably Florida. And these nuts, these are supplied to us from a farm called Pepperidge. Yeah, it's great.
And finally, President Biden signed an executive order banning novelty hats that look like the Make America Great Again hat, but actually says something like Make America Science Again.
Oh, yeah. He didn't, but that's a great idea. Good pitch.
And we didn't even include most of them, which include funding the House of the homeless population, anti-discrimination, reaffirming tribal sovereignty, a reevaluation of housing policy, an increase in unemployment insurance, veterans debt relief, and lots more about the COVID response. It's wild how much he's gotten done so quickly. And think of what we could get done with the help of a Democratic Congress that finally...
Hey, here we Jesus.
Not again.
Is he done from the other thing?
Feel good.
Oh my!
It makes me feel good. That's
Are you like the guy in Her, the lady in Her, where you're simultaneously stopping legislation right now, but you're also in our chat? Because like I thought you had something.
Filibustering is the movie Her. It's sitting through the movie Her. That's what I am.
I will never get back that filibuster.
Have
2
you?
hours.
I really want to make filibustering makes me feel good. That's like a catchphrase.
That's his
awesome
catchphrase.
Sauce.
That's what. Yeah, that's your awesome sauce. Everybody's saying it. Filibustering makes me feel good.
Or should I say, that's how I roll. You
could be like, I'm about to filibust a nut.
Yeah. No,
I even hate
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. That's gross. Hey, it's better than whatever the Mucinex booger says.
Wow.
So, filibuster, Phil. One thing I don't understand is, for a long time in our history, actually, you weren't around that often. You're pretty rare. And then all of a sudden, hundreds of times, you're popping up all the time. Like, what does it feel like to become all of a sudden something that's historically quite rare to someone that's around all the time?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I love being around people. I love being around people. And I love
You're a
telling them
people
my
person.
thoughts. Yeah. I love telling them how I think about Breaking Bad and I love talking about, I love the scenes that aren't the sex scenes in Bridgerton, I just love wasting people's time. And it's so nice to be relevant because you know what?
You're like, when you go to get a recipe online, you're the 14 paragraphs about that person's children before you get to the recipe.
Bingo. Now you're getting it. That's right.
What are some other facts about you, Mr. Filibuster?
Oh, well, did you know that because the budget is excluded, it only takes 51 votes to cut taxes for billionaires or cut Social Security, but you need 60 votes to raise the minimum wage or protect the right to vote? Huh? Did you know that?
I didn't.
Why Republicans didn't have to get rid of me to pass their agenda.
That's what I was wondering about.
Wow, that was a specific fact from you.
Oh, I got plenty. What else do I have here?
Give us some more. Really,
what else is new?
What else? I'm taking out my moleskin and I'm checking. What else?
What are some comedic facts about you?
Sometimes I fuck up bills just to feel something.
Oh, I'm worried about you.
Are you lonely?
I'm so lonely. Mm-hmm. It's always the loudest people who are the loneliest.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that your experience?
Tears of a clown. The tears of a clown.
Well,
Filibuster, Phil.
I just want you to know something, all right? Your time of riding high is almost at an end because we're gonna get John Tester and we're gonna get Kyrsten Sinema.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Joe Manchin. We're gonna get them together and we're gonna send you packing.
No.
That's right. We will.
No.
It's time for you to retire, Mr. Buster. You better pick out a plot on Mar-a-Lago.
No, you'll never
we're gonna bury you.
You'll never get rid of me. Hey, guess what? When we come back, an interview with Brian Butler.
What? You gotta introduce segments?
He's
No
doing the
filibuster.
segues. Get out of here, Filibuster. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You get out of here.
Yeah. Filibuster makes me feel good.
I really like how when you talk to him and ask him questions, he's like, does that Michael Barbaro thing. He's like,
Oh, that was so funny.
What a nightmare. Can't believe you did this to me.
Alice Wetterlund, so good to see you. What a delight.
Thank you so much for having me. And
I'm
please
so
watch
sorry
my
that the
show.
filibuster kept interrupting.
Well,
Really sad that person can just go and disrupt things, slow things down, stop progress willy-nilly. But everybody check out Resident Alien.
please check out Resident Alien on Sci-Fi. You can watch it online for free. They won't make you sign up for cable. They won't filibuster your watching experience. It's a really great show that I worked on very hard, and I never do that. So I'm proud of it. So please check it out.
Love it or leave it, it's love it or leave it. Straight shoot time. Love it or leave it, it's love it or leave it. Respect